Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for checking out this month's review of Monster Hunter World. So, I originally bought this game when it came out back in January in 2018. However, after beating my first character, I put it down for a while. A lot of other games came out, and I was just playing and focusing on other stuff. But with this new DLC coming out next week, and with it boasting new monsters, armor, and areas, and just a whole bunch of shit that I've never heard of, I decided to pick the game back up, start a whole new character, and honestly see if it's worth it to buy Monster Hunter Iceborne. Well, Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So, before you buy any DLC, you're going to need the original game, which right now is going for 19.99 USD, and that's new, or 17.99 used, and that's prices at your local GameStop. You may be able to find it cheaper elsewhere, but that's what I go by. That's what we go by here. I got one close. You know what I'm saying? That said, with the DLC, you're going to be looking at more of a price tag between 59.99 to 57.99 USD. It's about $40 for the base, and they obviously have like the Master Edition and all these other ones, which come with your various additives and stuff. But a real hunter doesn't need them. A real hunter's just going to go in for the core and then build themselves up. Anyway, don't let the high price tag dissuade you though. This game is 100% worth your time, but I'll get into that more in a little. So before the release, Monster Hunter World was teased at E3 2017 and was meant to make the Monster Hunter franchise more accessible to a Western audience. Since the series hasn't up until this point had much success in the Western market, they were kind of trying to change the formula just a little bit to attract this new audience. It had resounding success. The E3 crowd went nuts. Obviously, fans of the series were excited, and new fans thought the game looked amazing. And it had a critical knockout back in 2018 when it was released, so it kind of did just what it was shooting to do. It received a lot of praise for being able to make such an approachable game that up until now was kind of closed off to this audience and still managing to keep all the charm of the previous games. So I know you're thinking like, all right, well that's all well and good, but what is Monster Hunter, right? Well, the game is kind of in the title, right? And while there is a story, it's largely irrelevant for this kind of game. The game itself could best be described as an action RPG focused around hunting large monsters of various types. And you, as a hunter, get your choice of a variety of weapons and armor, which it can all be upgraded using the parts from those big monsters that you fight. The decisions around the armor and the weapons kind of define your class in a game like this. So instead of in an RPG where you'd pick, like, I want to be a warrior, I want to be an archer, you get to decide before each hunt what role you want to fill. So, for example, let's say you're wearing armor that's like really focused on defense and you have the specific weapon that's the gun lance. That would kind of put you in more of a tank role because that's very defensive. It has more of the best shield in the game. You would have a monster drawn to you and then everyone else would wail on it. Now, it's not so cut and dry like in an MMO. However, it very much is, though, at least the weapon that you choose and the upgrades you use are going to kind of dictate the style and the role you fill. When you're not out exploring or hunting, all of your time is going to be spent in this little hub town. This hub town is very similar to every other hub town that's ever been made in Monster Hunter or in any game like this, to be completely honest. There you can upgrade your armor, you can eat food before you hunt, you can, grow materials, gather materials, you can talk to your Palco, which is this cute little, like, cat creature that accompanies you on hunts if you don't have a full group. There's a lot of stuff you can do. It's generally your dual location. That when you're not out hunting, you go there, you get your group together, and then you go out and hunt. When you're out in the wild, however, you're hunting a variety of prey, kind of based on what your level is. You have various hunter levels, or what you're just generally looking to get or to grow. The gameplay itself varies pretty wildly based on your chosen weapon. I mean, if you're an archer, you're going to play very different than someone with a longbow. However, at its core, it is kind of focused on dodging or blocking whatever you're fighting, and then attacking. And each of the weapons has a specific combination or a special ability that provides you an edge. And you just keep doing that over and over, dodge and attack, block and attack, or what have you, until either the creature is dead or it's captured. So if you were a gunner, you'd be rolling around a bunch and you'd be shooting it with various different types of ammunition, and that would defeat it eventually. If you were a long swordsman, which you'll see in the video, that's the class I use, you're going to be doing like fancy kind of, it's why I picked it, fancy like anime style sword moves and trying to flip up in the air and do as much damage as possible. To be honest, in terms of gameplay and just how you play the game, the whole loop, it's an absolute success and I love it. Even when the loot system is less than kind to me. The one big failing I think that Monster Hunter World has is its story. And, some people may differ with this, but honestly, I think the story could be kind of ground down into this. You're a hunter with a group exploring this new world. The plot kind of develops very vaguely from there to like there might be something wrong with this world. These creatures are acting kind of different. Then suddenly you are in this like energy cavern and you have to fight this large dragon and then boom, roll credits. Now, I know that there's a deeper story going on and that there's something about like nature going on there, but they don't really do a good job of telling the story even when they force you to listen to every single cutscene. Now, does a story that's kind of flat take away from this game in any way? No. Does it kill the game? No. Does it even affect replayability? I mean, I have two characters and 150 hours, so that's a definite no. In fact, like I said, while I think the story is flat, I think replayability is phenomenally high. They add new monsters all the time. I mean, all of them have been free up until Iceborne. And they even add new stories like the Witcher 3 crossover, which, to be completely honest, I haven't gotten to play yet. But it looks really interesting. I mean, they literally have Geralt, I think that's how you say his name, land in to the world and just be like, "What? You're not surprised by me?" It's so cool. I mean, honestly, the game itself is absolutely amazing. I wouldn't have played two full characters if I didn't think it was a good game. Yeah, there's some tedious moments. I cannot tell you how many times I needed one single item and somebody just, like, for some reason, my hunter just decided not to get it, or somebody else took it, somehow. I don't know how the loot system works exactly, but I didn't get it. And I'd have to fight that monster over and over and over again just looking for that last claw or whatever. But honestly, the game is so much fun. You just end up coming back to it being like, I want to make that new armor or that new sword. Like, I have a sword for every type now that's almost maxed out and almost a full tiered set of Valhazak armor. You just get addicted to like getting that thing you want or having that look or being stronger, and like that gameplay loop has made the game so successful. It's why you see hunters with hunter levels of like 359 when you don't even unlock higher hunter levels until you beat the game and you start in like the 20s or the 50s. So these people, that means these people have been playing forever. The game is just phenomenal. If you don't own it, you should buy it. It's only $20 and you're going to get a minimum of like 70 hours out of the game. It's amazing. 100% get a copy and get a copy of Iceborne. You might as well just buy the whole set. I mean, this expansion is going to have new creatures that look really cool. There's like a new full dragon and everything. There's new armors, obviously, with all the new creatures, and that also means new weapons and new areas. This looks like a snowy kind of area. The commercial doesn't give you everything, but it looks awesome. The areas apparently also have adapted versions of monsters that like we've already fought. So, if you know, like the Palmu is a perfect example. They brought this up in the Game Informer issue that covered it. But there's going to be like the Palmu can kind of make you go to sleep. It looks kind of like a I don't know, like a bunny or maybe like some cute little fuzzy animal, right? But it's deadly and it can knock you out. Well, the Iceborne version is like way better at making people go to sleep. So they've updated even the creatures that are already in the game. 10 out of 10. All hunters should buy this game. All hunters should buy Iceborne as well. I think that's gonna be it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. 10 out of 10. Buy the game. You should own it. It's $20. Just go out and get it the next chance you get. You're gonna get way more than the bang for your buck. That said, I appreciate a like and a subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Obviously, that helps. You can check me out on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do a nightly stream that's kind of themed. Always having a good time there. There's also my Instagram. You can check out the website, everything to check out what Oni Games is doing. We're working on a new game right now. should be done soon. Just kind of getting into the voice acting phase right now. So yeah, I appreciate all any support, any likes, any subscribes, all that crap. I love you. Thanks for watching. Peace.